For the last year and a half almost, my wife has been learning to ride electric unicycles, and she's put a lot of work into it. She's had dozens of practice sessions, and right now I have recently gone on her fourth ride with her. She went 7.5 miles with me, and I got to show her some of the really beautiful places nearby where we live. And I like riding an electric unicycle. It's fun. I enjoy it. It's just a nice experience. But there's something about being able to take your partner with you. The way it feels to ride an electric unicycle, it doesn't feel like riding a bike or riding a motorcycle or riding a skateboard or like, because of the way it responds to your motion, it feels eventually like it's part of your leg. And so it doesn't feel like I'm going out and riding an object. It feels like I've gained the ability to just fly along the ground. And sure, it's tricky, and sure, there's risks to it, but it has a sense of freedom to it, where you just you just lean forward and off you go, zipping off into the distance with nothing but whatever's in your pockets and the keys clipped to your belt. And I've been riding since 2021, so 3 years now, and about 8 or 9 thousand miles. I've really enjoyed riding electric unicycles, but my conundrum is always, while I love riding, I don't wanna just leave my wife at home and go ride around by myself. That's Of course, I don't want to make her feel like she has to come with me, but if she could come with me, it would be a really fun time to just fly around the world and see all the things, just like we're like a little bonded pair of birds, just cruising over one blade, cruising over another. I feel like I had a point to this, but you're the one watching my videos, so you're gonna listen to me ramble anyway. In a way, I sometimes feel a little guilty because I remember when I met my wife, I would read a lot of manga, I would watch a lot of anime, and I would play a lot of video games, and she would play video games too. She read a bunch of manga, she would watch some anime, and we were both like anime video game nerds together. And then I watched anime about road bike racing, and I was like, I'm gonna start riding my bike. And then in 2021, I rode 1,400 miles on my road bike. In the meanwhile, I picked up an electric unicycle, and when I first bought it, I didn't realize how much of a impact it was going to have on my life. But as I started riding it more, I could feel how it was for my mental health. I could just cruising through a green spot that is full of trees and leaves and sunlight and life, and just the metaphorical touching of grass, and how it like would cleanse my brain of all the stresses that I was worrying about. Like if I go to lunch and I go take a ride on the trail, then I can feel it's good for my mental health. But obviously, I'm a little bit more adventurous than most people, and my wife didn't sign up for any of this. She didn't have any intention to put on a motorcycle helmet in her life, and she didn't have any intention to jump on what is essentially a platform on an electric motor with a giant pile of batteries on it and cruise around town on it. She definitely didn't sign up for that when she first got together with me, but I can't tell you from the bottom of my heart how happy it makes me when I step on my wheel holding my hand with hers, and we ride off together, and we go to these really pretty spots that I've been going to, and I'm like, see, this is all the pretty spots I know, and now she can see them too, and it's like I can like share this whole secret world that was always there for us, but we we just drove right by it without ever seeing it. But now I'm not just seeing it by myself, we're seeing it together. We're, I'm sorry. I just love my wife. Today I was going on a walk with her, and we went for probably like maybe a 3 mile walk down by a local state park, and I told her I was like, oh, I kind of was thinking about going for a ride, but she was like, oh, well, you could go for a ride, and I can go for my walk, and I was like, no, I would definitely rather walk together with you than ride alone. And that's true. Like, I really value her companionship, and I really feel like she is my other half. And so it just makes me really happy when I can share this part of my life with her. And I mean, I know it doesn't seem like much to some folks, but I know exactly how much work she put in to learn how to ride that wheel. I mean, she's riding an InMotion V13 in this video. That's a over 100-pound wheel, and she's able to mount it, dismount it, stop at the stop signs, and like she's able to handle bumps. And I just I see all the hard work she's put in to be able to experience this with me when all she really wanted was to hang out around the house and work in her garden, watch some manga, have a nice, comfy, relaxing day. And I'm like, hey, let's go ride around at 25 miles an hour on electric unicycles together. Like, that's totally not a crazy thing to want to go do as a couple. And that's pretty ridiculous to ask somebody to, like, hey, you learn to ride a literal single wheel mounted on a platform with a circuit board is the only thing holding it up. But I just I can't tell you how happy it makes me to hold her hand as we ride, and soon I'll get the little comms for our helmets so that we can just chat together, even when we're not super close. When we're riding together, and maybe we'll get a little he's and she's capes or something. I just really appreciate my wife, y'all. I've been with her for over 5 years now. In fact, it'll be 6 years soon, and I just couldn't imagine being with anyone else. And every day I wake up thankful that I wake up next to her, and when I go to sleep, I'm thankful that I'm falling asleep next to her. And whenever I can make her a nice meal, or whenever I see her get home in the evening, and I like open the door right as she walks up to it, just so I can greet her a second sooner. She's just great. She does so much for me. Oh, I gotta stop rambling about her. She's just pulling in the driveway now. She's gonna have to find out secretly about this later. But anyway, I love you, wife. Thank you so much for working so hard to learn to ride an electric unicycle and for everything else that you do to enrich my life every day.